Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So Shaq criticizing Colin Kaepernick for kneeling during the national anthem. Shaq is so uninformed. But first, let's profile Shaquille O'Neal. His father is a military man, but this is how uninformed and unattached Shaquille O'Neal is. I mean, he's very contemporary. He understands what goes on in the world, but sometimes you gotta take a stance. And the reason why I say that is because he has about countless endorsements, 40, 50 endorsements. I'm not sure if you saw it on NBA Inside Stuff, but they put a picture of him with all his endorsements, and his whole shirt was full. But so he has to protect himself. So he is in the real world a brand and a mogul. But what I don't like about it is how they associate Colin Kaepernick with disrespect for the military. It is a completely different argument. It's like police killing blacks and black on black crime. Those are two completely different polarizing arguments. And because they're polarizing, they're going to continue to attach military, the disrespect for military with Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the national anthem. First, if Shaquille O'Neal fully understood who wrote the national anthem, and two, the full version of the national anthem, he would ask his father, "Why are you fighting for a country that doesn't see you as a full human being?" And let's be clear, Shaquille O'Neal, we just got our right to vote in 1965. The country was established in 1776. So you can't go on Fox News and make these claims. Now, all they're gonna replay is you not liking Colin Kaepernick. I didn't see the full interview. I just heard an excerpt, and it immediately took me to the top. You know what I mean? I obviously was a big fan of Shaquille O'Neal. He's definitely probably the greatest 7-foot athlete I've ever seen. I don't think no one even comes close to that. Obviously the most dominant player of this century in the NBA. But he is so uninformed, and I am disappointed that he would make these claims about Colin Kaepernick about attacking the military. He's not attacking the military. He's attacking systemic racism. He's attacking the mistreatment of black people. He's attacking police officers misappropriating their power. So Shaquille O'Neal, we need you to sit down and pay attention. All right. If Kenny Smith was sitting beside him, he would do the same thing he did to Charles Barkley when they disagreed on an issue this year, or was it last year? But Shaquille O'Neal, be patient, sit down, and fully understand what's going on. I want to rip you a new one. I have so many stories about Shaquille O'Neal that I'll tell you the real reason why. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it in a separate video. The real reason why Kobe and Shaq do not like each other. I'll do that video, and it's the truth. You know, I've been in LA and media for quite some time, and I know exactly what happened. So, but Shaquille O'Neal, I just think you're not truly attached to what reality is. And I know you're a reserve police officer, I believe, in the state of Florida. I was about to say in the state of Miami. In the state of Florida. That would have said, I know y'all would have quickly corrected me. But so I know you have two angles where you can go. So from that disposition, I can fully understand. But before you was a police officer, and before you fully understand what your stepfather went through in the military, you was a black man. For your entire life, you will be a black man. And you need to start fighting with us. So you have to do something. What will you do? Will you create a nonprofit for veterans that can't get health service, that come back from fighting in the Persian Gulf War? They have post-traumatic stress disorder and they can't get services. They're broke. They're begging. They're on the side of the freeways begging for change. Now, since you said something, you have to do something. What will you do? So Barbershop Conversations, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. In the coming days, I'll share that video on on Shaq, the real reason why he and Kobe do not get along. But he's going into the Hall of Fame this weekend, I believe, and congratulations. Definitely first ballot Hall of Famer. Definitely, he's one of the few athletes that should get their jersey and statue erected while they're playing. You know, what he and Kobe did for LA is just insurmountable. You know what I mean? They only come second to Magic Johnson. But we would have won more titles if the two weren't selfish and didn't have egos as big as Texas. But that's the reason why they were great, because they have egos as big as Texas. So you got to deal with both sides of the coin when you're dealing with athletes' ego. So Barbershop Conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And Shaq, I think you're an idiot for not sitting down before speaking. And two, why would you go to a white reporter and talk about? I don't know if he was being interviewed, but Fox News is predominantly white. I didn't see the visuals, but why would you go there and make these claims as opposed to going to TV One, BET, or a black media outlet? Call me, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? So anyways, you were in LA this past week. So Barbershop Conversations, feel free to hit the subscribe button. We need to be more conscientious of how we're framing our message and who we're giving our message to. So anyways, Barbershop Conversations. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.